39 years, and I've been village president for 4, but I'm going to combine 1 and 2 together, the questions, because they make more sense that way. So my background is I've been involved with politics in the community since 1988. So I was on the Planning Commission for 6 years, and then a little time in between as my boys were getting older, I was doing coaching for all kinds of sports teams for them, and then I got involved with being village treasurer for 5 years, was on the police pension board for 3, and then I decided that I wanted to have more of a role in village government, so I ran for village trustee. Served that 6 years, and then in the middle of my 2nd term, I decided to run for village president, which I am now going to be running again for re-election. So over 20 years of experience there. I also, in my previous life, was the CEO of a credit union for 30 years, and was involved not just with that organization, but also at the state level, was chairman of the Trade Association Board, and also with the National Association. So I had an opportunity to participate politically. I went to DC every year, twice a year. Went to Springfield twice a year for some lobbying work. And then I also testified before 2 congressional committees supporting the National Association. Did some executive education training at Wheaton and at Johnson and at, I'm going to forget the other one, but anyway. So that's University of Pennsylvania, University of Virginia, and then Cornell University. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a flavor of the background that I've got. So I guess I can move on to the second question.
Yeah, for sure. What experience previously has prepared you to take on the role as the president?
I think I just kind of went through all that. So that basically is it, because again, being involved both on the national level, the state level, and then on local level is where the experience comes from. And it's a little different, certainly different from the local level to even the state level and the national level in terms of what kind of participation is involved there. So.
All right, and then what is one policy in place you plan to uphold and one you plan to reevaluate?
So when I saw that question, I thought, well, typically every policy has to be upheld, okay? Whether it's an ordinance or whether it's a policy specific to different types of activities that can take place in the community. So as my responsibility as a village president is to ensure that those policies are enforced and adhered to. So as far as changes are concerned, we're looking right now at a potential chicken ordinance. So that would allow residents potentially to actually have chickens in their backyard. So we're in the process of redoing that. We actually have a referendum question that's on the ballot. We wanted to get a little bit of feedback from our community to see how they feel about it, where they stand on the position, to help us, guide us to a decision. In any event, what we would do is structure an ordinance that would have a lot of details on how you could, if you were able to do it, and would apply for a permit and be approved, what would be the stipulations for you in terms of having chickens and all that good stuff. So,
all right.
Yeah.
And then what do you perceive as the most prominent issue for the town, and what do you plan to do about it?
So the most prominent challenge for our community is we're trying to get our town center developed and also to do commercial development. Why is that important? For a number of reasons. We were able to forge an agreement with Northwestern Medicine CDH for some town center development, and they needed parking, so we came to an agreement which allowed them to build a parking deck, but we also required that they put it on the tax rolls, which Northwestern, being a not-for-profit hospital, did not have to do that. Part of the agreement, they agreed to do that. So the money that's generated from that goes into a TIF, which is a tax increment financing district, which would take another 10 minutes to explain, but it's a mechanism that municipalities use, and in DuPage County, over 75% of municipalities have used TIFs for the purpose of commercial development. And what that does, it allows for, in our case, we're doing 2 multifamily apartment buildings, one of which is already constructed and is going to generate a significant amount of new tax dollars for all the taxing bodies, including school districts. And the other one is in process right now. We're hoping to get that built. So that's that, and also we need a new police station and municipal center. So again, the TIF is instrumental in being able to allow us to do that. We're a small community. We're not for profit. We're a Home rule is different than most other communities. Non-home rule is what we are. And so non-home rule means we can't raise taxes or do other activities like some of the home rules do. And so therefore with that, it limits what we do. So the TIF is very important for us to be able to accomplish those goals.
All right. All right. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you would like to say?
Well, the only thing I would say to all of you is, first of all, thanks for inviting us, but also get involved. And obviously, if you're journalism students, you're looking to do that already, which is fantastic. The one thing I've learned, well, I forgot to mention that I also started a 501c3 organization called Winfield Foundation, and we sponsor community events there in town, and we raise funds for that. So, but what we found is it's been a challenge to find volunteers. So all I would suggest is, hey, if you got an opportunity, look for things how you can participate in the community and give back to the community, because that's really important.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.